Hey there, CJ Math students, and welcome to Notes 3.11 Part 2. So we're going to continue to work with the percent equation. So 88%, it's a percentage of what is 93. So notice the is attached to the 93. That means it's a part. So we don't know our whole of what, right? We don't know what that is. I'm actually going to erase that because we're going to write above that in a second. So we have 93 over x, this is the first time we don't know what our whole is, equals 88 over 100. Okay, so we're now going to go ahead and cross multiply. 93 times 100 is 9300. And oops, 88 times x is obviously 88x, right? So let's divide by 88 on both sides. When we do that, the 88s cancel off because that's 1. So x is equal to 9300 divided by 88, which is 105 followed by a really long decimal. I'll call it 0.68. So again, they want you to round. So x is equal to about 105.7, right? We could almost even say 106, but because 105.7 is there, they said round to the nearest tenth. So what does this mean? It means that 105.7, it means, what's the part? The part is 93. 93 is 88% of 105.7. So notice the difference between this and the last ones, right? Here we found the whole. In the last ones we were finding the part. So because we found the whole, we know that 93, which is pretty close to 105.7, right? You just need a couple more holes to fill in, is 88%. Just think about if you shot 105 free throws and made 93 of them, you would have a pretty high shooting percentage. Let's look at number 6. So 22%, they give us a percent of what, we don't know what it is 149. Again, that key word is 149, so that's our part. So we need to find what the whole is. So it's 149 over x is equal to 22 over 100. 100 is always in that bottom denominator there. So 149 times 100 is 14,900. And that's equal to 22 times x, which is simply 22x. So let's divide by 22 on both sides because that's what's attached to x. It's called a coefficient. Those coefficients become 1. So x is equal to 677.27 repeated, right? So if we round, x is about 677.3, right? The 7 tells us to round up, so b. So what does that mean? That means the part 149 is 22% of 667.3. Think about that, right? 149, if we round it, it's about 150 and 150. I mean, half of 667, that's going to be in the 300, so it makes sense that 149 less than 300, right, is around 22%, right? All makes sense. One more problem before I have you do on the rest on Edpuzzle. So 49%, that's a percent of what? Don't know it, is 50. 50, so 50 over x is equal to 49 over 100, right? So do this multiplication and this multiplication. We get 49x is equal to 5,000. When we divide both sides by 49, we should get our answer. So x is equal to 102.04, and in this case they want us to round to the nearest whole number, it looks like, so x is equal to about 102. So again, what does this mean? That's important. It means that 50, the part, is 49% of 102, and that makes sense, right? Just think about it, right? If it was 100, 50 would be 50% of 102, but because 102 is a little bit higher, 50 is a little bit less than half. Half would be 51, so 50 is 49%, one percentage point less than half, okay? So that's the end of part 2. You're responsible for number 8 in Edpuzzle.